Actus was built as a mining town in the late 30s. There is almost a whole table of Mendeleev here, and all kinds of minerals and metals have been processed in Actus. So during the Soviet time, Actus was a fairly prospering, growing town with a population of about 9 to 10,000, and life here was quite nice and attractive, and there was a lot of work, and the people here had high salaries. And in 1991, after the breakup of the Soviet Union, the mine has collapsed as well, and since then people have been migrating from Actus. There are no jobs, and life became very difficult, so now you have about only 1/20 actually of the former population left in Actus, only about 450 people altogether. Мурзабек Баки, расскажите, как здесь в Актюзе в советское время жизнь была?
Ну, в советское время хорошо очень было. Очень даже хорошо было. Действительно хорошо было. Все работало, кипело. Как-то люди к чему-то стремились, какое-то стремление было. А сейчас ничего нет. Смотрим на пустоту. Больше ничего не видим. Скоро, может, и свет здесь отключат. А так, в советское время этот очень престижный поселок был. Действительно.
So here is the main processing factory for the minerals. The minerals were extracted on the other side of the mountains, then brought here, and so here was the main place where they were processed. So this is the key sort of visual symbol of Actus. The former industrial towns, most of them here in Kyrgyzstan are former mining towns. Nowadays are considered to be ghost towns because the majority of the populations have migrated, have left the city, and now you only have elders and very young people and lots of dogs as well living in these places. Therefore, these places are very interesting phenomenon to study, especially for anthropologists. The physical setting, the ruins, the nostalgia that people have for the former life during the Soviet time is just incredible. But it is also all kind of embedded in the present day tragedies. People drinking a lot, people living very lonely lives, and yet they don't want to leave these places because these are the places which are associated with their youth, with their work, with their all those wonderful memories of the Soviet time are still here, right? And that's why they keep sort of waking up to the same everyday kind of reality, yet looking mostly into the past rather than into the future.
Так, ребята, пойдемте в наш школьный музей. Музей называется «Музей боевой и трудовой славы». Это история нашего поселка Актюс. Вот, пожалуйста, первый стенд, ребята. Актюс сегодня. Здесь вот фотографии наших ветеранов труда. История нашего поселка. Вот клуб в Актюзе. Вот старые фотографии остались. Вот здание, клуб. Сейчас этих нет. Только остались фотографии. И флаг. Это флаг. Вот флаг возьму.
Правильно же?
Да, правильно. И вот так, флаг. Вот.
This is something that every student in high school, in school during the Soviet times had to wear. Right? How long was it? In, I would say, 1989. It's 25 years past, but I managed to tie this thing properly. Right? Yeah, and obviously Marx and Engels are there as well, right? Yeah, and Lenin. Yeah, it's the all the attributes, you know, of my childhood. So which is so dear to my own heart. Yeah. Here you see the ruins of Actus Hospital, which was nice and large and served the needs of the local population. Nowadays, there is no hospital and there is no even medical center in Actus, and people who have problems have to travel fairly large distance to the neighboring medical center, which is very sad. Many buildings, factories and housing were destroyed in Actus, but one thing that remains intact is the statue of Vladimir Lenin, because it represents the best of what they had in their life. There is special fascination about those ruins. They touch my imagination, they bring to mind all kinds of memories of the Soviet past, and they also trigger all kinds of deep insights about the transient nature of human cultures, societies, and civilizations. Exactly. This is what you see, right? What you see in Actus, the ruins of the Soviet Empire. Empire that was so strong, so prominent, so seemingly endless, you know. And here you are, you know, 20 years past, looking at what is left from it.
Мы кому нужны? Почему не смотрят, сволочи? Мы киргизы, вы сволочи, мы киргизы сволочи. Я кыргызскую школу кончил, я рассказываю. Спасибо, русский меня научил. Я здесь 40 лет поработал. Русские люди, гуманные люди. Это Актус уже не человек, мы свинья стали. Мой муж болеет, медпункт даже не приходит. Справедливости нету. Это Актуса. Конечно, лучше было. И здесь шахтер был, московское обеспечение было. Знаете, 4000...
The difference was so sharp, so obvious, so evident that people just can't get out of it. And if people in the city, elderly people in the city, for example, have been under all kinds of other influences and they moved on with their nostalgia for the past, here the time has almost frozen, you know, and now when people talk about their life, all they can talk about is their great, glorious past during the Soviet time and terrible, miserable existence in the present days. And this is always said with the great sadness, nostalgia for the past, and kind of absence of hope for the future.
А так хотелось бы, конечно, вот здесь дом, здесь квартира, здесь крыша, чтобы вот здесь работать. Никуда не это самое. Вот. 2 внуков, я не могу даже внукам ничем помочь, потому что работы нету. Тяжело очень. Что еще могу сказать? О, куда им? Не знаю, что еще сказать.
They receive their pension, do some mushroom picking, etc. That is enough for them to survive, and that's why they prefer to stay. Maybe there is also this element of nostalgia, memory, etc. This is their hometown. This is the town that they not just were born in, right, or that they came when they were young, but the town that they actually built with their own hands. During the Soviet times, especially here, people could hardly practice any religion, right? So there was nothing like a church or a mosque in this town. In terms of ideology, that was the only thing that was present, communism, right? And when the Soviet Union broke up, slowly religion started to come back, right? Not right away, right? It took quite a while, actually. It took almost 20 years for the mosque to be built.